Who's gonna pay for my kids? Maybe the man that cheesed inside of you. How about that guy? What happened to the good old days when we used to have nuclear families and a man and a woman fell in love with each other and they built a familial unit and they stayed together and taught kids traditional values? We have truly lost our way. I got a banger from The Wall. Let's get straight into it.
So my sister made a video about how my whole entire family gets EBT. And everyone is calling us bums because we don't work and we live off.
If you're not called a bum, what are you called? A go-getter? Is that what we're going to call you? Entrepreneurial? What are we going to call you? You're a bum.
The government, and we are proud of that.
That's why we need to bring shame back into this world, bro. That is a crazy statement. I'm proud of being a bum. Wow.
This is what we were taught. We were taught to not have to work. We were taught to live off the government because...
Bro, this is why I say this single motherhood stuff is typically taught. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. This generational trauma that happens, you have a choice. You can good Lord.
You stupid.
You can either break the generational curse or let it keep continuing. These types of women learn this stuff from their grandparents. They learn this stuff from their moms. And then they can say, hey, this is how you leech off the government. This is how you be a single mom. You get child support, you get EBT, you get food stamps, you get Section 8, you get your housing, you get your food, you get everything paid for by the government. All you got to do is go get your cheeks busted by a bunch of different guys.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
And have a whole bunch of kids. 6 kids, no husband. We have subsidized single motherhood right now where women would rather marry the government than marry and submit to a man. It's crazy work. But what I was asking for y'all's opinion, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Typically, single women teach their daughters how to be single women. They teach them how to be single moms. This is generational stuff. Typically, single moms do one of two things if they have a daughter or a son. They raise up boys to be womanizers, or they raise up daughters to be single moms. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. There's so many guys that I know that were raised by single moms that are womanizers. I was one of them at one point in time. I was super promiscuous in college. I didn't play by the rules. I wasn't doing the nuclear family thing. I wanted to be in a relationship, but at the time I was just playing the field. And it seems like this stuff is taught. It's generationally passed down to leech off the government. It's truly sad.
Because it is there for us to use. And from what I could remember, it all started back with my grandparents. My grandparents used to get the paper, like the paper coupons to go.
What did I say? That filter is fighting for its life. Y'all see that thing?
And pay for, food and stuff like that. And that's when I was like, this is free money. Like, what? So living off of EBT is literally a tradition in our family. Once my grandparents passed away, my mom started, applying and she got approved for all 6 of us kids. And then, once my sister got older, she had her first child, she applied for food stamps and she got, it was just like, a domino effect. One after another, we all got approved for EBT. And guess what? It's not going to stop there. Why? Because I have taught my children, and I'm going to be teaching my grandchildren that they should do the same thing. They don't have to work. They could just have children, put themselves on EBT, get child support, all of that I do so I don't have to work. They could do it themselves too.
That is crazy work, bro. Teaching the next generation how to just be leeches on the government. And what really sucks is it's us, the taxpayer. It's us, the people, that have to sit there and pay for these people. If you do live in Texas, though, you are paying for my dad to be in prison right now. So I want you to know we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you, man. That's terrible, but it's true.
I went into a lady's house for an inspection. And she said, I've had my voucher for 50 years.
God.
I made sure that I got my daughter on a voucher. I made sure I got my granddaughter on a voucher. I couldn't get my son on a voucher. So I told them that he had asthma. You can't prove asthma or migraines. She told me because she was telling me a way to scam the system. Because when I pull up in a 2013 Toyota Camry. There's usually a Lexus or BMW sitting in their yard. I look poor, okay? I look poor. And so many people tell me stuff to give me ideas to help me out so that I can get some money from the government.
Crazy, bro.
But y'all keep on thinking I don't know it, okay? And since every one of you are going to ask me, yes, I reported it. But if your caseworker likes you, you are pretty untouchable here. Like, they will give you ideas and help you do it.
That's crazy work. These caseworkers are just perpetuating this leechiness. Man, the world that we live in right now is crazy, where you can go do this shamelessly. 50 years of EBT and Section 8. Taxpayers paying for your living, your food. That's just wild to me. And then people say this country's terrible. This country's just so horrible. I just can't believe, the patriarchy. Well, the patriarchy created food stamps and EBT. And Section 8, you sure are loving that, ain't you? I don't see you complaining about that when it comes to the patriarch. That's crazy.
A family of 6 that receives food stamps.
I did one video on the Medicaid lady, and my algorithm is now just fucked with food stamp food hauls. All right, you want to put it out in the public? Then I'm going to go ahead and pick it apart. Let's see what you got.
I'm going to go look for trash cans because mine broke, and I really want the side-by-side ones. So let's go see if they have them.
Trash can talk really got me because I can remember when my youngest was born, we were super duper duper fucking broke and we needed a new trash can, and I had to shave $20 off of my grocery budget so that I could buy a $20 trash can from Walmart, and we still have it. It's in our bathroom. It was one of the Rubbermaid ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I remember it because I really did want one of these. I still don't have one of these because I can't justify spending over $100 on a trash can. Newsflash, at the end of the video, she doesn't get her trash can from Costco. She has to order it from Amazon because Costco didn't have it. We're not off to a good start.
Buddy. Got it.
This is the cotton candy ones, though? Cookies, awful.
Oranges, the onions, the chicken, fantastic. You're gonna make some fantastic dishes with that. Dishes that are gonna last you probably a couple meals. Cotton candy grapes.
Did she just say fantastic? I don't think that's the adjective I would use with that woman's food.
Cost a little bit more than the regular grapes. We can't afford to buy cotton candy grapes. The cookies is wild. Okay, for $10 you can buy everything that you need to make.
I'm gonna keep it a thou wow though. Those cotton candy grapes are real good.
The flavors are melting on my tongue.
They're solid, bro.
Make chocolate chip cookies and it will last you. You'll make up to 130 or so cookies if you do them in batches. You can freeze those cookies and they'll last you probably a good 2 weeks. Ask me how I know, because we had to start doing this. Because we were also buying prepackaged cookies and then we couldn't afford it anymore. And so I had to start buying the ingredients and making cookies at home so that my kids had snacks. But let's carry on.
Can you even pick that up? Yes. Oh my gosh, muscles. So they didn't have the trash can that I wanted, so I'll just have to order it on Amazon.
Bro, you walking around on EBT with a back that big?
Big back, big back.
Sure. Put it on the bottom, please.
Everything
You
in
have
a
to lay it
package
down, baby.
garbage.
And you lost me. Again, we used to buy these, but we couldn't afford to do it anymore. Same with these. Chicken nuggets, fine. The bread, fine.
But the thing is, she don't care about not being able to afford it. She can afford all of it because somebody else is paying for it. Doesn't matter. She's not footing the bill. The taxpayers are. That's the biggest problem right now, is we as the people are paying for this. She probably not even working. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Can we get some freeze in the chat? Loki, free? Good Lord, bro. This clip I'm about to show you looks like this lady's working overtime at Chili's. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs. Chili's, baby back ribs. Barbecue backs.
Big back, big back.
Oh my goodness, Loke, is that good?
The flavors are melting on my tongue.
I got those doggy treats on EBT. I hope you like them, buddy. I hope you like them, bro. I really do. I really do. Yikes. You can hear her walking before you see her. She has not missed tricep day one day. She only triceps. It's all she does. Tries and buys. Bro, when your bicep rests on your forearm, it may be the day you should start a diet plan. Looking at the ice cream, I can already tell this clip is going to be straight chopped. Sam's Club's a recently employed
family of 9 using EBT. Anyway, we've officially made it through 1 month of summer break, and man, did it deplete literally.
Her daughter's big too. God.
Everything we had in the house last. Despite my best efforts to keep a budget, I absolutely failed. I went over by more than $100 at Sam's. And
are we surprised she went over her budget? She goes over her caloric intake every day. The level of gluttony that these women exude is disgusting.
And I'm sure I'll pay for that later in the month. But I didn't really have a choice in my defense because these kids...
You did. You could miss a meal for the next 4 years and be fine. Dr. Now talks about this. If you haven't seen My 600-Pound Life, good Lord, it is a comedy festival. Watch it. He talks to this big back person and they go, well, I don't want to be malnourished. I have to eat something. He goes, you've eaten enough food for the next 4 years ahead of time. You're going to be fine.
Depleted every single thing we had in the fridge, pantry, and freezer. Anyway, this is nothing new. It happens every single year during summer break, so I'm not even surprised in this.
And that's her daughter, who's probably a teenager, bigger than me.
I would also like to state here, this is not a complaint, but I digress. Anyway, my daughter decided that she wanted to play that little game where you go up and down the aisle and you point to something, and when the person says stop, whatever you land on is...
Y'all should have did that in the celery aisle. Y'all should have did that in the fruits and veggies aisle only. You should have never done that in the chip aisle.
What you buy. She cheated. She wanted hot chips, so she changed it at the very last second. But whatever, I let her get what she wanted. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Sam's Club for giving us this pizza and this ice cream for free. We appreciate it. Okay, that's all. Bye.
No! God, what is going... Dude, oh my God. Dude, I don't know. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I think fat children is child abuse, bro. I think if your kids are overweight, that is child abuse. That is child abuse, bro. Like that girl might be 16 to 18 years old. You're telling me you're that big and you look like a middle linebacker already in a D1 college? Bro, what are we doing? 75% of Americans are overweight. Clearly what we've been doing and not body shaming people has not been working. We're getting more unhealthy. 75% of Americans are overweight and 40% of them are obese. Morbidly obese. Heart attacks right around the corner. Ankles are just screaming. Ankles are screaming. Please help me. I can't carry this payload. It hurts my back. My knees. My knees are on life support. I need some help. My hips. My hips are on their last leg. Literally and figuratively. You're cooked. I don't know what it is. This is natural selection at its finest, I guess. I don't know why, dude. This is just... I see this stuff and I'm like, I have to be so mindful of what I put in my mouth. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Y'all know what I meant by that. I'm just playing. But for real, that might dildo. Hey, let's try that again. I gotta be real careful what I put in my mouth. Y'all like that? Y'all are sick. You're sick. You know that? You? Sick. Let's get back into this.
Miserable? Are you jealous that you can't afford to have these things? Are you mad that you don't qualify for EBT?
How could she be jealous? You can't afford those things either. Shots fired!
Jealous? No. Fatigued? A smidge. Somebody else in my comments said that I don't know why you even care so much. It's only about $4 a month that comes out of your taxes to go towards the EBT program. $4 a month times 12 months is $48. $48 is enough to cover a week's worth of breakfasts and lunches for myself, my husband, and my kids. And every single person that I stitched on here was a stay-at-home mom. Bertha here has an entire series about how she spends her $1,000 of EBT that she gets every single month. $1,000. And then she even admitted in that series that she quit her full-time job so that she could stay home with her kids and then applied for food stamps. She then went and spent a couple $100 redoing her son's room and then another couple $100 redoing her daughter's room. And you can go in and click on her Amazon link because it's all in there. Go buy it. With all due respect, aren't you the party of no consumerism and consumerism is bad? Is this not? Is this shit not consumerism? This not consumerism? What do you call it then? Tell me. I want to know. Tell me. I'm fatigued. Everybody wants to know why we don't fight back when it comes to the government because we got half a population that's dependent on the government and has zero interest in giving that up. Give me back my $48. None of these women are struggling. They're selfish and entitled because if they were struggling, they would do everything that they possibly could to make that stretch an entire month. Be using that money for meat that they could freeze, that they could use for meals. Instead, they're using it to buy chips and coffee creamers and energy drinks. So fuck out of here with your comment.
Absolutely.
Hey, kudos to this chick. We need more of that, brother. We need more of that. The big backness, it's getting overwhelming at this point. You know what I mean? It's to the point where women would much rather just, get disability or get food stamps from the government instead of actually doing something about it. It's truly sad. I hate the fact that that's where we've gotten right now. Like it really does suck. It really does suck. But that's the life we're living right now, bruv. And to her point, half the population feels this way. Half the population says, you know what? If I don't work, I can get free money. And to somebody who's a glutton, that's an overconsumer, because what have you not found it funny that almost every person we've seen be on the EBT, they're overweight?
Big back.
Which tells me, and I'm going to be the first one to tell you, chat, if I meet somebody that's extremely overweight, the first thing I think is you are lazy. That's what I think. You're lazy. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your status is. I don't care how, it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters to me. I judge people so hard off of the way they look and present. If you are not in, I'm not saying you have to be in impeccable shape. You have a six-pack. I don't have a six-pack. But if you are overweight and your belly hangs over your belt line and you can tuck your stomach in, you're gluttonous. You overconsume. You're greedy. You have no self-control. You have no discipline. Cass and I are the same in this regard, though. Like, we see this stuff, and we never jump to the conclusion of like, oh, I just feel so bad for them. Their back is so big. Oh, my gosh. No. I immediately start judging you. Because I know I could be fat. During COVID, I got up to like 190, and I was just I was just belly. And then I was like, I will never look like this again. And I went, and I toned up. I lost like 10 or 15 pounds. It was like 175, really lean. I gained a few more pounds of muscle in the meantime, and I'm sitting at like 180. Every morning, wake up 180. Go to bed about 182, 183. Wake up in the morning, 180. I get 10,000 steps a day. I go to the gym 4 times a week. Now, is it hard? Yeah, it's not easy. There's some days I don't feel like getting 10,000 steps. There's a lot of days I don't feel like doing that. Because especially if we don't go walking or something like that. I said the word. If we don't go walking, I have to sit here at my house and pace for like an hour and a half, back and forth, getting to 10,000 steps. But bro, if you do that, 10,000 steps, you do the 300 challenge. If you ain't got no weights or access to a gym, 300 challenge, 300 body weight squats, 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, you do that for a year, your body's going to look different. And then you stack on that, change your diet a little bit, put down the brownies and the cupcakes and the donuts and stop eating the sweeties. I just a little sweet treat for me. No, drop it. Stop it. I'm not saying you cut out all sugar, but have a cheat day. On Sundays or Saturdays, depending on how we're feeling, we'll do a cheat day. And I will make my back so big.
Big back.
I will eat as much as I can and fulfill myself. Drink a couple cold beers, maybe a few whiskeys. Have a good time. But I do it once a week. I don't do it every single day. That's the problem. A lot of people go and work a 9 to 5, come home, they drink beer, they eat bad food, they sit on the couch, they do nothing. If you work a 9 to 5, you either go to the gym right after work, or what I tell you to do is go to the gym before work. Start your day off the best way and go get a workout in. You're going to boost your self-confidence. They just came out with a study that says when you work out, you release a hormone in your muscles that they call it the hope molecule that actually is a natural antidepressant. That's the best way to start your day, feeling good. Cass and I went on a long walk this morning. Isn't that right, Lokes? Aww. He's like, you want to go on another one? No, we're not going on another one.
How about no?
We went on a long walk this morning. He absolutely loved it. And then Cass and I got some steps. Cass is 7 months pregnant. She's still walking. Some of these women have 5 kids by 6 different men, still don't walk, don't do nothing. Just sit at the crib. The freeloading is crazy. This mindset, it's the victim mindset and also the what can somebody else do for me mindset. I think as men, we understand that nobody's going to come save us. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. You understand that nobody's saving you, right? Government's not saving you. Your friends aren't saving you. Your mommy and daddy aren't saving you. Men, we kind of understand this concept. I feel like women can skirt by it a little bit more. You don't see a lot of guys online talking about, oh, I got my EBT cut. It's mainly women. It's mainly women. That's why we have so much content to react to, bro. Ain't that right, Lokes? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time, peace.